What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve for all of you. We just got done watching... What's up, buddy? We just got done watching LSU eviscerate Baylor 44-13. There's a few things from this game that were really... I would honestly have rather lost to Baylor than lose Weeks to an injury, which we have now been told by Brian Kelly it is a dislocated ankle that Witt suffered. Yes, Brian Kelly. He said it was a dislocated ankle that Witt has suffered. A dislocated ankle. You saw it go in a different direction. You saw the entire team and what Witt means to everybody. You saw that. We'll get into that. We'll get into that more. But LSU win what was kind of a sloppy but authoritative 44-31 win. Kind of what we thought was going to happen. We said it would be sloppy. We said it would be a score fest. We predicted 38-35 LSU would win, but I even said I could see a 45-35 game. And here we go. We see that because usually what you see with these bowl games is sloppy tackling and sloppy defense. And you usually see a lot of points, a lot of yards, a lot of things like that, and that's what you saw tonight. LSU, from the first minute of this game, really stamped in authority. First drive, you punch it in, and then Devon Keys. You punch it in with Trades Green, by the way, who had 2 touchdowns today. Devon Keys then has a pick 6, which was just... talk about a play that just takes the life from Baylor and just says, thank you. This is our game. And literally that play by Devon Keys did that. What a play by Devon Keys. He dropped 2 interceptions earlier this season. Very good in coverage. We've talked about this. We've talked about this many times. We even predicted before this game that he would get a pick 6. We'll show you that clip. We predicted in the pregame that he would be due for a pick 6. And what do you know? And I thought maybe it would be like a garbage time pick 6 or something. This was as pivotal in a game as you could have. This just made it a... Baylor were constantly chasing LSU, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. They were constantly chasing LSU from that point forward. And it's all thanks to Devon Keys with the brilliant interception. And then Garrett Nussmeier. I hope we have enough footage of his throws. But if we don't, you have to find it. You have to locate it. This was his best game in an LSU uniform, in my opinion. Because he had such outrageous command, Garrett Nussmeier. The way he threw the football tonight, the windows he fit the ball into, it's just like some of the releases he had tonight. This kid was outrageous. Garrett Nussmeier, I don't know what type of 2025 season he will have. God willing, he'll be healthy throughout, finish the season, everything will be good for him, right? That's what you're hoping and praying for. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, but that's what you're I don't know what type of 2025 season he'll have exactly, but my God, will he be a lot of fun to watch. And my God, will LSU score a lot of points, or at least should. Because you've got a target like Trades Green, who really, why weren't we throwing this guy the football in the red zone early this season? Who cares if he's a freshman? Is he an impossible matchup? Yes. Is he going to win most contested throws? Yes. Are LSU struggling in the red zone? Yes. Can LSU run inside the red zone? No. So please feed the 6'6", 240-pound colossus that no one can handle. 4 touchdowns on the season for Trey Green. By far his biggest game this year in today's game with 2 touchdowns. Fit right in, basically hand in glove. Comes right in for Mason Taylor and puts on a clinic. Here we go.
This was a tip ball. Bryson watch.
Devon Keys steps in front of the football, and he's gone. And he's gone. Watch Devon right there. Boom. I get it. It's Baylor. It's Sawyer Robinson. Dude put up 445 yards passing on us tonight. 445 yards passing tonight. So there was a few pass breakups. Ashton Stamps had 3. There's a few times Zy Alexander got his hands on the ball, but those plays were negated due to penalty. But he should have had an interception himself, Zy Alexander, today. Had a really good pass breakup that was negated as well due to a penalty from someone else. Devon Keys broke up another pass, batted another pass. P.J. Woodland had a batted pass as well. P.J. Woodland was showing some good plays. But really, for me, this game, you love how LSU started that first drive. But this just turned everything, it just slammed the gas to the ground. You know, slammed the gas to the bottom of the floorboards and just let's go, baby. Let's go. Full high octane. Jamer, what's up, Jamer? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Jamer. Happy New Year's Eve. Jamer says, first and foremost, sending love and prayers up for Whit Weeks. Go Tigers. Happy New Year, everyone. That's why we couldn't really start the show without saying it was great that we won, but I would trade that victory for a meaningless bowl game. You know, not meaningless, but you know what I'm saying? I would rather have had Whit Weeks not hurt no matter what. That is, you saw him as he's being wheeled off the field, literally pumping up the fans, come on, who cares that I'm hurt? Let's go. Keep going. You know, that kid is a beast. And then you saw West, his older brother, just turn it up a notch, lead the team in tackles alongside Jordan Gilbert with 7, and have himself a hell of a game. Playing a lot of football tonight. Playing a lot of football West Weeks. But for me, this game, it really was about Garrett Nussmeier and how he threw the football. It really was about plays by Chris Hilton Jr. See, okay, we got to prove this.
And also with Devon Keys,
we'll play this real quick.
You do have a coverage weapon in the linebacking core who can clean up for you in coverage. And I think Devon Keys, he might be good for a pick 6 today. Okay, you've heard it here first. He might be good for a pick 6 here today.
Well, it happened. And then
when Hilton is healthy, he's a problem.
Look at that gliding speed from Chris Hilton Jr. The dude's just gone. Chris Hilton Jr. scored his first ever LSU touchdown in that same building in the 2021 Texas Bowl. Just cooking, roasting somebody for Jontre Kirkland to throw a bomb to him as the quarterback. And now, 3.5 years later, in the same stadium, an injury, another injury-plagued year. 3 touchdowns at the end of the regular season, though. And today he should have had 2, just barely on the goal line for the other one. But, man, Chris Hilton Jr. as a downfield target opens the entire offensive possibilities up now, doesn't it? And there's a lot of folks who were saying, Chris Hilton Jr., oh, he sucks, he transferred, Chris Hilton Jr. And it was like, you know what? This dude was sick in fall camp for a reason. This dude was dominating everyone in fall camp for a reason. He just didn't have a chance. He didn't have an opportunity to show it. And then here we go. And he does it again. He does it again. Him and Nussmeier. And their connection is just unreal. Look at this. Look at this throw from Nuss. He almost underthrows it. And Chris Hilton Jr. makes that catch while being interfered with in an unbelievable way. Like a face mask, too. Interfered. Hand in the face. He still makes the catch. Hands in the face. Hands around the body. He's basically being molested to the ground. And what does he do? Right in the breadbasket, catches that thing, and yes, clearly down at the inch line, the one, but unreal play from Chris Hilton Jr. And him and Nussmeier, they've got such an awesome chemistry. You saw it in the Wisconsin game as well, the last bowl game. So people saying, oh, well, this is just a newfound chemistry. No, these guys have always had it. You saw it in fall camp. You saw it in the last bowl game against Wisconsin, where really that was a coming out party for Chris. And now you're seeing it again. ESPN is talking about how he's going out with Flauge and all this stuff, and them being official on Christmas and all this stuff. And like that's great and everything, but he wants to be known for being a superstar receiver. And at LSU, you're going to have the chance to do that. If you're a player like Chris Hilton Jr., you have the platform to be able to accomplish that, and you've got the quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier to be able to do that. And really excited for what the future holds for Chris Hilton Jr. 113 yards, 4 catches, 1 touchdown, basically 2. Just an incredible night from him. Unbelievable night. The way he makes that catch while being interfered with. And 113 yards in the first half alone, by the way. Sat for most of that second half. Look at this beautiful design here for Trey'Dez Green's second touchdown, where LSU were just pouring it on. Look at that beautiful design. He engages, slips, across the formation. Boom. I guess it'd be technically across the flat. But yep. I mean, it was no contest. It was no contest. Just run that every time. Why were we trying to run the ball into the I wonder why we had some red zone failures, earlier this season. Look at that throw from Nuss. Another beautiful throw to Chris Hilton Jr. where Chris gets to catch and run into space. Look at that. Oh, that release.
Top off of a defense.
That release from Nussmeier is absolutely disgusting. Watch this. How he just kind of flicks the wrist. Look at this right here. Just like, oh, man. Garrett Nussmeier is such a fucking badass. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Oh, he threw a bad interception. I get it. It never messes with him. This kid is never rattled. He comes right back and delivers the football with even more moxie, with even more just, to hell with you. We're going to win this thing. Like, just will to win desire. I just love. I mean, you see, I'm going nuts during the game, like at the throws Nuss is making. Aaron Anderson dropped 2 outrageous passes from Garrett Nussmeier. Outrageous passes. We're talking ridiculous throws where Nuss is rolling to the right, across the body, deep into the end zone. Like he was putting the football in the tightest of windows. Right over outstretched arms, attempting throws that just, I'm literally running out of words. because Nussmeier was simply unreal tonight. I don't care what anyone says. People want to crap on him. People want to say, "Oh, he's not. He still threw another interception. Oh, his decision making. Oh, that game was sloppy." I get it. He is outrageous. It doesn't. None of that shit matters because here's the thing: Nussmeier just set the second all-time passing season in LSU history. Only second to Joe Burrow. He just passed Jaden Daniels' record, 4,000 plus passing yards this season with that receiving core. Underperforming receiving core. Guys we kind of like found out at the end of the season. Trey'Dez Green, Chris Hilton Jr., Aaron Anderson carries the load for most of the time. Kyron Lacey makes some plays here and there, but leads the SEC in touchdowns, but you don't really feel the impact. This was an unbelievable season from Nussmeier, considering the offensive line trouble that was going on, the complete lack of running game. Complete lack of a running game. What a season from him. 304 yards tonight, 3 touchdowns, over 24 completions, just filthy. And it's really not the numbers, it's the way he threw the football tonight. You simply have to just bask in awe at some of these throws. Whit Weeks went down with a really nasty dislocated ankle. His ankle was going one direction. The second he was just laying there in pain, you knew something was wrong because he looked like he was paralyzed by the pain for a second, just like, oh, and it's like you never see him like that. And you're hoping he'll bounce right up, everything's okay, but it wasn't. And the more the head trainer kept looking at him, I just could see there was something wrong with his ankle. It was just kind of float, and then it just kind of looked weird, and my eye caught it, and I'm like, oh my God, no. And then right then I could hear the commentators like, oh, his ankle's wrong direction. And you absolutely hate injuries like this to guys who are the center of the team. You know, this is a guy who's the heartbeat of this team, heartbeat of this program, and he goes down with an injury like that in this type of game. Witt already had 6 tackles on the board. Remember when he went down. Remember, Jordan Gilbert and his brother West led the game with 7. It took them the entire 4 quarters to top Witt, and they only did it by 1 tackle. That's how animalistic Whit Weeks is. He's incredible. And luckily Brian Kelly said he'll be good for spring ball. But praying for him, praying for his family. I know they've got to be under some stress and feeling really worried right now. But Witt's going to be, if there's anybody who's going to come back from an injury and be even better, it's going to be someone like Witt. Like this is an injury I don't think that will affect him. This is an injury that sucks. The timing of it sucks. You wanted him to go into off-season healthy, and you didn't even think that this could be possible, really, because you just never see Witt in a moment of getting really, dominated, hurt, blocked, like into submission. You don't really see it. And so seeing him on the ground and he makes the tackle, but his knee and his leg kind of goes in a different direction for a second. Like it looks all contorted. You're like, what's going on there? And then you see the ankle. It sucks. I hate it for Witt. I hate it for his family. Great people. I love that West came in and just like played his ass off for his brother. Just like you know, it sucks I can't play alongside my brother. I'm going to play for him now, and just went ham. West was awesome. He was everywhere tonight. He was all over the field. And it was great to see number 33 back, but also number 33 playing with that type of emotion and intensity. It's going to propel him in a beautiful way forward. After the season this family's had where West has been hurt, and the things about, the stuff going on with West's red shirt and stuff like that, like, I'm glad West has that second chance, though. It's kind of been a silver lining. But for Witt, you don't. The timing of his situation with this injury is just. I mean, it could be worse. Could be a lot worse. And dislocated ankle, best scenario we were looking at here. There's a lot of things that could have been wrong with that injury. But luckily, just dislocated ankle. Witt Weeks, heartbeat of the team. You saw the entire LSU roster come over there. I mean, that's just epic. There's Witt right there. They carted him off. I'm sure he could have walked under his own power, but he is an asset. You protect that ankle. And the play right after, because LSU was stuffing them on fourth down, turnover on downs, Xavier Thomas returns a kickoff for a touchdown. After the season he's had where he's been just incredible, leading the way return yards. Look at that stiff arm. Look at that stiff arm.
And the acceleration that you see, and the acceleration
that is just filthy.
Field position and the acceleration
you see that?
You see from Xavier.
Boom. Facial. How does he make that dude miss? Look at this first guy go flying. Ah! It's like the guy gets sniped. That stiff arm is disgusting. Xavier Thomas. Take a bow, young man. Take a bow. And this is the bad interception here from Nuss. I don't know how he didn't see that guy there, but you know what? The night he had where he saw everything, it's all good. Sloppy game overall from the team, allowing 31 points, especially in coverage. We allowed 445 passing yards. Got beat on some plays. It just was – the game went on forever. Let's be real. This is just a beautiful play. Look at that move from Josh Williams in the backfield, taking the direct snap. Mm-hmm. 44-31, LSU wipe out Baylor. We're going to be doing a lot more of this coverage. We're going to be doing an article to recap this game coming up here with a lot more insight, a lot more three-dimensional overload for all of you who are LSU junkies who really cannot stop yourselves from getting into LSU as much as possible. Check that article out, LSUOdyssey.com. It will be coming very soon. And it's great to see LSU end the season on a high. You wish you didn't see this injury from Witt Weeks. This injury, it sucks that this thing happened. All in all, a great night, though. But the injury to Witt is a serious damper. And just praying for him. Hopefully he'll have a full recovery and you really hate to see it in a game like this, but that's football. LSU get the win 44-31 over Baylor to finish the season with the 9th win. Chris Hilton Jr., Aaron Anderson both go off for over 90 yards. Chris Hilton Jr. 113 in the first half. What a day, what a game. Josh Williams scoring in his hometown in his final game as a Tiger. Check out our tribute to him in our pregame show. I thought that was interesting. Everybody, we'll be continuing our coverage on LSUOdyssey.com, so follow us there. And go Tigers and good night.